All right, repeat that.
35784 Timber Ridge Lane.
Timber Ridge Lane, 35744.
84, but okay.
Yeah, 44, you got it. How's it going today?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. It's a nice girl like you doing alone waiting for a taxi.
Just going somewhere?
Oh, going somewhere? Yeah, that makes sense, right?
Yes. Kind of.
Yeah, kind of. I was just gonna say, we think like the same. I was just gonna say that.
We're the same person.
I think we might be the same person.
Maybe I'll come back.
Maybe I'll come back at somebody. Oh my God! I was just gonna say that exact thing. I was just gonna say that exact thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's so weird. And I always say awesome too. Pretty much, we are pretty much the same person.
I think so.
I mean, I don't even see. There's no reason why we shouldn't sleep in the same apartment tonight. There's absolutely no reason.
No reason.
I don't see any. There's no opposing force. There's nothing.
That's true.
Why don't? I was just gonna say that that's true. You know, it's so weird. It's so weird. Yeah. So we're still 6. Oh my God! I was just thinking the same exact thing. My wife is just like me too. You know, but she wouldn't mind if we hung out.
Yeah.
She wouldn't. I mean, she wouldn't know, but if she
wouldn't hang out with us.
If she no. I mean, somebody's got to take care of the kids. I don't believe in the whole nanny thing.
Yeah.
Not
How
a big
many kids?
Not a big fan. Yeah. Why do you have kids if you need a nanny?
True. How many kids do you have?
4.
Wow.
Yeah, I got 4 kids, and they're actually all 4. We were having problems having kids, and then one day we went to the doctor to get some of those drugs to help with the eggs and whatnot to have more kids.
Did you take them?
No, we got denied completely because I don't have insurance.
Oh, right.
And then coincidentally, we got pregnant with 4 kids.
Weird.
Real weird, really weird. And 3 of them are identical. 1 of them isn't.
That's strange.
And I try really.
Do you feel bad for the 4th one?
Well, I try to treat him a little bit like he's beneath the other 3.
That's a good policy, actually.
Yeah, he might
otherwise he might think he's special.
That's what I'm saying. You know, I feel like if he grows up with that pain, he might be the best one. You know, he might be the money maker.
That's actually a good point. Then he can support you.
He can get me off the road. Where'd you go to school?
Berkeley.
Berkeley. Wow. And then where'd you go to college? Well, here we go. We got here pretty quick, I'd say.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Really fast.
Well, I tell you what, your fare is on me today.
Really?
Yeah, and guess
really
what?
Nice. What?
We've been taping you for a show. Yeah, you've been on camera this whole time.
Sweet.
See this obvious camera that's been right here?
Oh, no,
yeah,
I didn't
it was.
notice it at all.
It's a camera.
Really?
You've been on it this whole time. It's really not a show as much as I'm just gonna watch it later by myself.
Just not what I saw. I think you're so undone like straw. You're a waste of my time. Go live on someone else's dime. You've never fought to survive or worked a day to stay alive. And it's high time, you know. One of these days your luck's gonna run out. One of these days you're gonna be found out. One of these days I'm gonna call you out. Your luck's gonna run out. One of these days you're gonna be found out. One of these days I'm gonna call you out. I know what you're about. I think your lies will find you out. You say you love and care, but my heart's left so threadbare. Like a leech that never dies, you kill your host to survive. And it's high time, you know. One of these days your luck's gonna run out. One of these days you're gonna be found out. One of these days I'm gonna call you out. One of these days your luck's gonna run out. One of these days you're gonna be found out. One of these days I'm gonna call you out. you're gonna be found out. One of these days, I'm gonna call you out. One of these days, one of these days, one of these days.
Where to?
Marietta Square.
You are sweating like a banshee.
Yeah,
You're sweating it up like an Irish ghost. I know that hobo over there.
All right.
Yeah, he used to come hang out at my old job too. We told him he had to leave when I worked at the store, at the local candy shop.
All right.
When I was a boy.
I mean, what are the odds?
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, sometimes it's a small world.
Yeah.
Big city, small world.
Yeah, you never know.
Isn't that the name of that show about midgets on the Learning Channel? Big City, Small World? Something like that. I feel like if I was to be in another era, I would be in the spaghetti western genre.
Hot city, big city,
Little small
old country, something like that.
A little small city world or something.
Yeah. Something like that.
That's not true. If you don't fully believe and have faith in what you believe in and completely close your mind out to every other belief that anyone else has, you're not a truly open-minded person.
Right.
That's the way I feel. I can say whatever I want, and I can feel whatever I want.
Yep.
If I don't want to read, I don't have to read. If I want a gun, I'll get a gun.
Yep.
I used to be into music.
Yeah. What were you into?
No, just used to be. I used to listen to a lot of music. Used to be real into it.
All right.
I mean, not to be, not to sound. Don't take this the wrong way, but I've never really thought women can make music. Where to?
The zoo.
Bronx Zoo?
Yes.
Okay. For a little while I was out of work. I was actually locked up. I was in a death race while I was in prison.
Really?
Yeah, I had to race cars to survive. But we were all allowed to have a dog, which was cool.
Oh, really? I like Lhasa Apsos.
Lhasa Apsos?
Yeah.
I actually had a Lhasa Apso first.
No way.
That's exactly what I had, and I had it, groomed in prison. There's a prison groomer and all that, and the same guy who does tattoos. And I actually threw the Lhasa Apso, Rocket was his name, Rocket 2, because I had another one before, but I'll tell you about that later. But I threw him under the wheel of my opponent. But I had to do what I had to do. I could have died. You get so used to going 150 mph in the middle of a damn prison yard.
That must have been really hard to adjust.
Yeah, to just shake off.
Yeah.
You can't really shake it off. And I mean, I did a lot of shaking off in prison, but...
Do you have flashbacks? Like when you're driving now, do you feel like someone's gonna actually try
Ah!
to...